Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have a very interesting topic and conversation to talk about, and that is Dictator Nicolas Maduro is allegedly, reportedly demanding a ransom payment, essentially in order to flee the country. He is demanding to be paid a certain amount of money, and if he gets a big check from the U.S. government, he's willing, allegedly, to leave the country and step down, as well as we have another boat strike. So I'll ask you all, we'll lay it out. Should the U.S. pay this money? Is it worth paying him to step down? Or should we move forward with military action? I'm going to break it all down for you. Before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. Get active in the comments. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Reach out with any tips you have. And if you want to join our members only exclusive access, the link is in the description and the pinned comment. Now let's get into it. We have seen the United States military carry out a massive buildup in the Caribbean as pressure continues to mount on dictator Nicolas Maduro. The clear intent here is to remove Maduro from power. There's no question about it. At the same time, the United States has carried out a massive strike campaign against narco-terrorist boats that are leaving from Venezuela, as well as other areas. We have struck some boats off the coast of Mexico. So you have a wide range of situations that is going on here amid the massive, overwhelming military buildup in the region, including the Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier. We have bombers that are regularly flying down there. We have stealth fighters on standby in Puerto Rico. We have the F-18s from the carrier that are flying. We have brought a ton of firepower to the region. Obviously, all the weapons, all the guns are pointed at the Maduro regime. Yet, Maduro has not decided to step down as of the making of this video on December 5th. He remains in power. He is being defiant. He is flying his own military jets. There were rumors that he might have tried to flee. That turned out not to be true. He flew his presidential plane down to the Brazilian border. It was unclear whether or not he's on it. And everyone is waiting to see when the bombs might start falling. Now, President Trump has made it clear if there is a path forward that doesn't require the United States of America to use its military to get involved in a hot conflict, that's okay too. But at the end of the day, Maduro has got to go. He has allowed China, Russia, and Iran to have an influence in our region. He pushed his worst criminals into this country where they then terrorized us. He allows drugs to run through his country. At the end of the day, this is our hemisphere. We control it. We dominate it. We're not letting him stay in power. So they had a phone call, which I'm sure some of you remember, and I'm going to put this up on the screen for you all. Give me 1 second. So it says Venezuelan president asked to keep $200 million of his private wealth, amnesty for his officials, and safe harbor in a friendly country as part of a deal with Donald Trump to step down and flee. Those familiar with a phone call between the two leaders told the Telegraph that the plan fell apart owing to Maduro's demands for a blanket amnesty for as many as a top 100 officials. During the 15-minute call, the two leaders disagreed on how to set up a transitional government and on the location Mr. Maduro would flee to Venezuela. Mr. Trump suggested China, Russia, according to one source, while the Venezuelan president was intent on staying in the Western Hemisphere in a friendly country such as Cuba. In the interim, Qatar has emerged as a possible compromise. Maduro confirmed on Wednesday that he spoke with the U.S. president about 10 days ago. It says regime on borrowed time. Since the call on November 21st, Mr. Trump has stepped up pressure on the hardline Venezuelan government, with the U.S. building up an armada of warships in the Caribbean. On Tuesday, Mr. Trump said he was close to launching land strikes on Venezuelan soil. We know where the bad one lives. We are going to start that very soon. The U.S. views Edmundo Gonzalez as the rightful president of Venezuela following the fraudulent election of 2024. In August, Washington doubled the bounty on Maduro's head, offering $50 million for information, leading to his arrest for alleged drug trafficking. The buildup of American troops and military hardware in the region in recent weeks has sent a clear message to the president and his key lieutenants that they are living on borrowed time. And then it says, however, in the phone call, the American president offered Mr. Maduro a soft version of a way out. The leader would be given amnesty with his wife and son and a chance to flee the country if they promised to resign on the spot. So we knew that already, but now we are learning Maduro wants $200 million to leave the country and step down. So I'm going to take this down. We do have some more stuff to get into. So I'm going to pull this off while I explain this, then we'll get into the other parts. He wants $200 million in order to flee the country. Now, some of you might be asking, well, how much does a cruise missile cost? Cruise missile can cost up to $2 million. So what's cheaper? 200 million to Maduro, or could 100 cruise missiles solve this problem for us? You guys let me know in the comments. What's a better option? Paying Maduro the 200 million and letting him flee, or we try to solve this problem with 100, 150 cruise missiles. Maybe it has the same effect, maybe costs roughly the same. Obviously, I'm joking a little bit there. In all honesty, if we can pay him to leave and we don't have to fire a single shot and the government comes crashing down and a friendly government is installed, that's not the worst idea. It's not the worst idea to pay him if that's all it's going to take. We essentially tried to bribe Saddam Hussein once upon a time, and then obviously got into a massive war when that didn't work. Bribery can work sometimes. And if 200 million is the price tag, it's not the worst idea. But at the end of the day, he has to go. He cannot stay in power. Maduro must be forced from power. Delcy Rodriguez, the government as a whole, the generals, they all got to go. They must be forced from power. And a pro-friendly American Western government, which does not do business with Iran, which does not do business with the Russians, which does not do business with the Chinese, must come to power. And people will say, well, that's not a good enough reason. It is a good enough reason. Because at the end of the day, we control this hemisphere. And it is in our best interest as Americans to not allow this to continue, to not allow Maduro to stay in power. So 200 million or maybe 200 cruise missiles. That appears to be the options that are now on the table. Or we could have B-2 stealth bombers dropping GBU-57s. But I'll be honest, paying him is not the worst idea. But it's also not guaranteed he wouldn't try to come back. And if he's in the area having influence, that's going to be a problem. Now, when it comes to how worried Maduro is, this is him. I'm not making this up. People are going to say this is fake. This is Maduro literally dancing and making fun of the crisis with a remix of a song of him saying peace, peace, peace. Please, please, please. Yes, peace. Listen to me. Yes, peace. Peace forever. Peace forever. Peace forever. Esto se llama lenguaje tarzaneado. I can't believe this is real. I cannot believe this is real. This dude is staring down the U.S. military, and this is how he is behaving. Does this look like normal behavior to you? I mean, folks, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? He is going on TV and dancing to remixes of his own speeches while the United States it's almost like he's daring the United States to do it. It's almost like he's daring Trump to just get it on. Let's get this over with. He is spitting in the face of America. He's spitting in the face of our president, spitting in the face of our military. What is this dude's deal? I'd be in a bunker right now. I would not be anywhere where the U.S. Air Force or the U.S. Navy could find me because that's not going to end well. And on that note, speaking of which, we have another boat strike. It says on December 4th, the direction of Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, Joint Task Force Southern Spear conducted a lethal kinetic strike on a vessel in international waters operated by a designated terrorist organization. Intelligence confirmed that the vessel was carrying illicit narcotics and transiting along a known narco trafficking route in the Eastern Pacific. 4 male narco terrorists were aboard the vessel killed. So you can see it right here. Actually, let me pause it. What do we see in this boat? What do we see in this boat? Does that look like a lot of drugs? Because that's what it is. They tried to pressure Hegseth into stopping the strikes. He's made it clear with this, the strikes will continue. And right there, the boat is hit, completely destroyed. Completely gone, completely destroyed. So the boat strikes will continue. That has been made obvious with this strike by Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. The pressure from the media is not going to work. The lying is not going to work. And then right here, we have some looks from the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit practicing their free fall training. They're in Puerto Rico. They could be the tip of the spear in the event troops land on the ground. And then right here is a fighter jet on the USS Iwo Jima. So they continue to roll out their tools. They continue to roll out their equipment, their weapons. Again, it's impossible to say for sure what is coming. We do not know. It is a fluid situation. But time and time again, all signs point to that this situation clearly is escalating in a fashion towards more military action, not less. And the bombers are flying down there all the time now. And I actually think we flew a bunch of planes down to Argentina for some type of joint military exercise or show. So there's a lot of moving pieces here. I will continue to update you all, but that is where we are. We got Maduro demanding a $200 million payment, roughly the price of 100 to 150 cruise missiles. We've got Maduro dancing. We've got him behaving like an absolute jackass as the U.S. military sits off his coast. So best of luck to him. He doesn't seem to be taking this with the seriousness he should. I'm sure once the first Tomahawk cruise missiles hit targets, he'll take it a lot more serious. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this situation. How do you want to see it end? What will the U.S. do next? Should Maduro go? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge, huge, huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D_Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Reach out with whatever you got. The link to join our members only page in the video description and pinned comment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time.